Kevin, defensive errors have cost you again.
Yeah. What can we say? The lads have gifted them 3 goals again tonight, and I've just said to them, you can't expect to be coming away from home scoring 2 goals and not winning games or drawing games. We're absolutely gifting teams goals at the minute, and you know, we've done all our work. We spent lots of time on the training pitch yesterday doing set pieces. We lose 2 to set pieces tonight. One we're telling them, the simples and the basic stuff, and they're just getting it wrong at key moments in the game. We go 1-0 up, we're cruising, we look good, we look solid. Next minute, Nolan can just put a ball in behind, or he tries to do something, then we give a corner away. Next minute we give a corner away, and one of our men, loses. I think Richard Duffy loses his man. He's got a free header from 6 yards. We can't defend like that if you're going to try and be successful or good or win games in this league. And then the third one. We're in the last minute, we've fought our way to get back, showing a bit of character. You think that could be maybe a turning point for the season to get going. We give the ball, and then everyone just sort of turns their backs and runs towards the goal as if we're going to defend it. And when the ball goes back, we don't try and get up. There's so much wrong with them 3 goals. It's frightening, and for me, I've just gone through them all, and I'm asking the lads for the answers, and they're giving me them, and then I said, well, why don't you do it? And they can't answer it. I gave them simple instruction yesterday, and they forgot majority of it by not even 20, well, just over 24 hours later. I'm really disappointed. Because this is on the back of a 4-0 defeat, at the back of a 3-2 defeat away from home in the last minute, and then we've got another 3-2 defeat. It's just simply not good enough for me. And what we've got to do now, we've got to make sure that we roll our sleeves up, because we go to Lincoln on Saturday, and listen, if we're not on form there, if we're not up for the battle, it's going to be a tough all day for us.
Where has this fragility come from? Because last season you were so solid defensively, and whenever anybody said, what's a Kevin Nolan team, I said they're well drilled. So why this change? What's happened?
I can't explain it, because a lot of this is individual errors. Whether the lads are feeling a bit of pressure because of what's been put on us, because we've been put made favourites or this or that. But you only get made favourites, or you only do well when you do all the simple basics right, and that's what we did last year to get to where we were. I think obviously there was always going to be a stage in my sort of managerial career where things are not going to go as well as what it is. It's always been an uphill climb at the minute. At this moment in time, we've hit a stumbling block. I said we're going to hit, and we're going to hit one. This is it, and it's about us getting out of it, and we've got to stick together. But the lads can't defend like that, or can't make mistakes like that if we're going to get out of it. We've got to be doing the right things more often than not, 9 times out of the 10. And there's just too many who are not on the game at the minute. And and I've just said that to them. And I've got to be honest out here, because if I'm not doing it justice for anybody else, and anybody else who's come. I feel sorry for the fans who've drove all the way down here, who are going to get in on late at night. I've just said to the boys, we've got to be strong enough and have the cojones, as they say, to be able to handle pressure, and at this moment in time we're not handling it well.
Are these players good enough to turn it around and stamp out these mistakes?
Yeah, I really do feel so. I don't think there's one thing. I think we've seen a lot of improvement from Friday night. I think there's a lot more to be positive about on that. But then when you give them 3 goals again, you can't get away from what that's another 3 goals. We conceded 10 already this season in 4 games. We only conceded 48 last year. It's a massive turnaround at the minute. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do over the next 72 hours. But yeah, listen, I'm absolutely gutted tonight, and it's going to be a tough few days, and what we've got to try and do now is try and go to Lincoln and get a positive result, which is hopefully going to spring us into action.
I know you've just said that you do believe that these players have got what it takes to turn it around, but do you have anybody lined up to bolster and reinforce? Because at the moment you don't have many options. You've got Hewitt playing at right full-back, which means you've got to play at times. That second half you've got a very young midfield out there. Are you looking?
Yeah, of course, we're always looking, and we'll probably look at the options again. Sometimes, I think last year, we as you said, we finished with very young side, if you like, but we knew that because we were changing the team last year because we wanted to make it younger, we wanted to make it more youthful. Whether we can get a couple of experienced in to help this team and to push them forward, who knows? We'll have to see in the next coming days or week or so what I think we've got now. But at this minute in time, it's too early, or it's for me to be talking about other players after the game is not right for me. I've got to sort of clear my head and make sure that I'm ready to go for first thing in the morning. But it's going to be a long night for me going back, and then obviously probably watch a bit of film and see what we can do to try and get these lads to where we believe they can go.
How do you process all of this? Because I'm aware it's still very early days in the season, but I know how much you put into this as well. And so how does a poor start to the season like this affect you?
Gutted, yeah, gutted. We've worked so hard over the five or 6 weeks what we were in beforehand. Thought that we got all the things and all the necessary stuff into them before the game. But at the minute, it's sort of it's schoolboy stuff what we're doing. Schoolboy mistakes, which I can't really remember Newport opening us up tonight. Ross made a couple of good saves in the second half, but can we really think about anything where they've done anything? They played some nice stuff in and around, but never really bothered Ross in the whole 90 minutes. When you come away from home, you'd expect your keeper's going to have to make a save or two. But after that, right, we've just gifted them goals, and that's the most disappointing thing. And when we've got Kano, who's scored a great goal, NCO with a great ball, we're totally in control. 22 minutes, and then it's like a switch off button, and we just go into sort of self-destruct mode for a couple of minutes, and next minute we're 2-1 down, thinking how has that just happened? But yeah, I mean, listen. I'll watch a lot of film, and we'll try. We will get it right. I believe in it, and I believe in myself and what we're trying to do. At this moment in time, it's not clicking. At this moment in time, we're getting punished for silly mistakes and really schoolboy individual errors. But they've got to be man enough now to get through that. We've got to help them with that. And hopefully, we've got 3 days now to work till we get to Saturday, and Saturday, because if we're not up for the fight Saturday, we'll be fine wanting.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Kevin, what's been responsible for the change in style?
The individuals, obviously the players. We wanted to be a bit different this year. I don't think we didn't have Shola, who was obviously retired. Smudge is retired. We've got Steady still here from last season. I think we've brought in goal scorers, people who have not got that the height and probably physicality, if you like, to what we were. So we'll have to be a bit different this year, but that doesn't mean that you can't. I'm not having, because one's 5'8" and someone's 6 foot. I can't have the fact that you can't get up and get mixed it with someone. I was never ever one of the tallest in the Premier League, but it's your man. You don't lose your man. It's just simple basic errors at the minute. People losing men off and letting things happen, which is just totally not like us. And it's not as if we're not doing the work on the Friday or the day before games. We're giving them it. We're doing them. We're expecting them. We're telling them about aggression. There's different type of aggressive. I spoke about it in my press conference on Thursday. But tonight, we've been found wanting. In two key areas of set pieces, and that's just simply not good enough. If you're going to keep giving goals away for that, then it's going to eventually keep biting you on the bum. And at this minute, it's biting us massively on the bum, and we've hit that. I said we're going to hit a brick wall at some point. It's about how we get through it or how we get over it and get over it as quickly as possible. Last year we had really good responses. Now I think that the attitude and everything else today was a better response to what I seen on Friday night. But when you're conceding goals the way we are, you're still going to be disappointed and going away. You can't expect to keep coming away to teams and scoring 2 goals and losing. That should be at least a result of a point or 2 or 3. Sorry. So for me, it's just been really sloppy gifting them goals today, and that's what I'm most disappointed about.
If you're working on it, as you say you are, why are the players not taking that out onto the pitch? Why are they not taking those instructions on board?
Well, I mean, listen, we can't, when people, when they go over that white line, unfortunately, we can't be with them. We can give them everything we possibly can, but they've got to then perform. For the majority of the last season, all the people who were with me, they performed. All the people who were brought in, they performed. At this moment in time, they find it difficult because they're a new group. They haven't had the best of starts. Sometimes when you have a great start as a group, your confidence just goes sky high at the minute, because there was a lot of, well, I wouldn't say pressure, but there's a lot of people, tipping us to be automatically promoted, promotion, this, that. There's been a lot of things about people saying, they're going to run away with it. They've got a great squad, this, and this. That brings added pressure, and it's how you handle that as an individual, and then as a collectively as a group. And at the minute, it looks like they're playing with a lot of pressure. It looks like they're playing with the weight of the shoulder the weight of the world on the shoulders, and they're not really getting, they're not really showing their true potential for me. What we've got to try and do is try and strip them back, which we've done a bit today, and I think we've seen in glimpses, especially in the first 25 minutes. But 22, I think 23 minutes, 23 minutes he scored. But after that, the way we self-implode at that time is really, worrying for that. And what we've got to do now is we've got to tackle that quickly, and what we've got to do is we've got to get it right quickly, and because otherwise we'll be going further and further, and we'll be having results like we have again this evening, more often than not. But listen, I'm disappointed. We've lost 3 on the sprint for the first time in my tenure here in the league. So we've got to literally now roll our sleeves up and be counted for certainly for Saturday, and then we'll have a week to work with the lads coming into the home game. But yeah, hopefully derby game. Hopefully you say Lincoln doing well, us not doing too well. Hopefully it's one of those. It kicks us into gear.
Last season you had some very strong characters in the squad. Your Alan Smiths, your Amiobis. Are you missing that this season, do you think? Well,
I don't think we haven't. You've got strong characters in this squad, but they're seasoned professionals who knew about how to win games, how to do it. Been at the top end of the game for a long time, so it was always helpful when they're in the dressing room, always talking. Do we miss a Shola Amiobi? I'm not going to lie, of course we do. He's a fantastic character, fantastic around the lads, the dressing room. Big personality within that dressing room, and really helped. With a lot of the lads, when we were having maybe a tough run, it didn't always come from me. At this time, as I said, it's a young squad who are trying to get to know each other.
Is it just your voice though at the moment? That's what I'm trying to get
to. Maybe more my voice than most. But look, this is the decision what we made as a team, as a board. At the end of last season, this is the decision what we made and how we seen the club progressing for the future. At this moment in time, we realised that it was we were gonna have tough times. At this moment in time, we're having a tough time. But what we've got to do is we've got to stick together and believe in the process and believe in what we're doing. And if we do that, I feel that we will get to where we belong and where we believe we can go. What we can't do is just after 3 games go, oh, hang on a minute, we've got it all wrong, everything's wrong, this is wrong, that's right. Well, we've got to believe in what we've done. What we've done is we've changed a lot of personnel in the summer. What we've done is we've changed a lot of people who I've had for a long time, and we've brought in new players who are different, and people have got to get to know each other. But yeah, I know that it's been a tough start for us, and for me personally, it's hurting because we're losing games. But we've got to find a way to get back, and I believe we can.
Crosses into the box again amounts another 2 tonight, isn't it? I mean, what can you do to solve that?
Well, I thought it was something what we identified for them. I thought in play we done quite well and not letting them cross as many times as they did and got up to it. But as I said, both from set pieces, one's from a throw-in just at the bottom here, which wins the game. But the ball goes back 20-25 yards and none of our players move up or try and get out the box. The drills, what we do, it was the simple drills, but they're really effective. And the lads, I'm asking them, and when I'm asking them, they're telling me what they should be doing, and I'm asking them why aren't they doing, and it's sort of rabbit in the headlight stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a lot to work on. But if we've got to keep believing, and we will, and we'll work hard, to get out of this the sticky mud what we're in at the minute, and that's what we've got to do. You know, we've got to stick together and believe that what we're doing is right. You know, we haven't changed ridiculously amounts of stuff to what we were doing last year. You know, so there's no real difference in that. Yeah, we've got to play maybe a bit of a different style, but it hasn't changed dramatically. I'm not, you know, so it's about, we're talking about individual errors here. We're talking about, you know, people making mistakes, individual mistakes, schoolboy errors, people making bad judgments, players not at the top of the game where they was last year or where they were, you know, 3 months ago. You know, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about a team which has just all of a sudden just gone into crisis mode. It's a team who are suffering because they're not playing well at the minute. You know, that just sums it up. Tom Crawford, Trigger, look at him. Look, he's walking back with his shorts back to front. So you know, this is what we're doing, mollycoddling these lads. You know, so yeah, maybe I do have to give them a bit of a boot up the backside and start, you know, showing them. But yeah, I mean, listen, look, I'm gutted at the minute. It's, you know, and what we've got to do is we can't feel sorry for ourselves. I like a fight. I like to be, you know, someone who proves people wrong, and that's what I feel I can do now.